welcome to day 3 of the 2022 Manx Grand Prix. Practice and qualifying is this evening. We've got about 4 hours before the bikes head up and head out. So what I wanted to do now is just grab a chance to walk around the paddock and try and bring to life some of those bikes that I was talking about on the first day. There's so much to look at and listen to. Over your shoulder, you can't see it yet, we'll get to it in a minute, is the Team Classic Suzuki S-Rad and that stunning XR69 that Dunlop's got waiting in the wings. Behind me you can hear Michael Rutter warming up his, he's calling it a budget race bike, but it looks absolutely factory. Squeeze in and see if we can have a closer look at that one, and then we'll mooch around the paddock and see some of the other stuff. So one of the teams I wanted to catch up with today is the Alasdair Cowan racing team, the ACR team. There's a 3-bike setup this year. And we're going to go in, get in the way, catch up, have a bit of a chat. Come on. So we've got most of the team here, team boss, team principal, whichever one we want to call it. Alasdair, he's the boss. We've got Davo Johnson, who everybody knows, a Manx Classic Superbike winner in 2019 with 126. And Stephen Smith in the middle, who is hotly tipped to win the Senior Manx on this bike back here. We're going to talk about all of them. I think we should probably start with you, Davo.
It's 1992 model, but to me that looks absolutely brand new. It's a work of art.
It is absolutely stunning, isn't it? And one of the things that I've been trying to get across is the amount of work that you guys have put into these bikes. And I think probably the easiest thing to do is start with power and weight. So if you want to let the fans know how much power it makes.
Just about 155 horsepower at the back wheel with a race tyre on. And 154 kilograms it weighs with oil in it, no fuel, no water. So it's
strong numbers.
Yeah, 1 brake horsepower a kilo, yeah, so fast, yeah.
It's kind of still what people are pitching for with modern superbikes today, isn't it? So,
definitely.
How long does it take you to prep one that you would buy on eBay and turn into this then?
30,000 quid.
Is that what it genuinely is?
30 grand for one of those, £8,000 for an engine.
Jesus.
So
I'll short shift it then, yeah?
Yeah, just be a bit careful, that's it. I was fortunate enough, I've been collecting bikes for 20 years, bits and pieces with Kawasaki stuff, when the ZXR stuff when it was worth nothing, so I've managed to acquire some factory crankshaft, factory clutch, gear drive oil pumps and some quite sort of exotic stuff. The gearboxes are brand new Nova ones as well. Gears are the proper factory clutches as well, which had a gear drive oil pump rather than a chain on them, so which are obviously, everything saves weight and power. No starter motor, no alternator as well too, so we run 2 lithium batteries. Just total
Those
loss.
lithium batteries are a massive saving as well, aren't they?
300 grams per battery, so nothing.
And what does it rev to?
About 13,000. They run 2 mil oversize, so it's 793cc.
It's one of those bikes in this paddock that you can just stand and stare at like this for ages, isn't it?
Yeah, I got some mates in Australia that are big ZXR fans, and they're just loving the photos and the videos that I'm sending them, so it's a mega honour to be riding it, to be honest. I make sure I take care of it. I've ridden a lot of classic bikes in my time, so nice easy down changes.
With these you've got to make a lot of stuff, because with modern bikes you can phone up and get something over the phone and it's delivered the next day. This it's like, as I said, with the subframes, I've changed the subframe on them, so I've had to get them made as well. Engine parts are the biggest problem, You can get all the parts that you'd get were either worn out or you just couldn't find them out. With all these you're changing parts quite. The engine's going to be refreshed every 1,000 kilometres, so 600 miles. So, and in the end, we actually had pistons and connecting rods made for them.
And Davo, is your favourite place on a quick lap on this the same as it is on a modern bike?
It's hard to say, because it's quite a hard bike to ride with. The throttle's quite stiff. My arms were real sore for the 3 laps I did the other day. The clutch is different. And obviously you've got to use a clutch. On the modern bikes now, it's all auto blip, so you don't have to touch the clutch. And after not riding for so long, I'm definitely feeling it now. Yeah, it's tough to say. It's very 6 of one, half a dozen the other. But when you get a good lap on either of them, it feels mint. But a 600, I call it the mini bike around here, because you get on a mini bike and just full throttle and you can lift off the jumps and enjoy it. Yeah, whereas this one's a little bit harder with just the way you need to ride it with the throttle and the clutch, and obviously taking it easy with the engine. Yeah, I'd say the 600s are the best fun around here for me, but because I'm a big dude, they don't really go very good with me on them.
And are you feeling any pressure, Stephen? There is, you know, a bit of talk around the paddock that you're the man to beat in the senior race. So, are you feeling any of that pressure or not?
Yeah, no, not really. I mean, Alasdair's never put any pressure on me. It's just about getting some good laps in and enjoying it, and just glad to be back, really. But no, I wouldn't really feel any pressure. You know, the number one suits me. Nice clear track ahead of me.
Yeah. What is there one thing about the Manx Grand Prix that you could put your finger on that makes you want to keep coming back, that you enjoy the most?
Oh, for me, it's just the relaxed atmosphere. Yeah. And I'm a massive fan of motorbikes. The bikes that are right behind us here. And
yeah, we've had some good chats about the old superbikes before. I know that's your bag, really.
Yeah, well, I've got a collection myself. My dad's been collecting for a long time, and yeah, like it's just amazing all the bikes that are here. That's what'll bring the people here. Really. All these. I mean, look at this. This is a work of art. Bikes over there is a work of art. Even this modern bike, because everything Alasdair builds is a work of art. Yeah. But it's just, that's the main thing about it that I love. Just the relaxed atmosphere and all the bits of kit that are around that are just like, amazing to see.
What about you, Alasdair?
I enjoy it. Yeah, it's keep on coming back. I've been here since it started. So and been to the Manx for 30 years. So it gets in your blood, I suppose, at the end of the day. So I went from just coming and watching, and I'm now got a team. It's just a bit surreal sometimes, yeah. So.
And Stephen, I don't know if it's rude to ask how old you are, but does this stuff do anything for you?
Yeah, massively so, and that's why one of the reasons I really love the Manx. Like Davo said, it's a nice relaxed atmosphere, but you know, I'm still a bike nut, and it's great to see these sorts of things and some of the other classic gear. So I'm 36, so you know this stuff is So
you look like you've had a really easy ride, mate.
Yeah.
Do you think there'll be a chance to jump classes and ride one of these as well? I guess that's up to the boss, is it?
You have to ask me nicely, see how we do next Monday, So no pressure again.
There's a bit of pressure there now, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, it'd be fantastic to have a crack on one of these as well. So
I'm sure we'll have a shot at some point, So
I can hear a few bikes starting up in the background. I think you guys are about to get busy. So I thank you for your time, as always.
Thank you.
Best of luck to all of you.
Thank you very much.
I'll see you out there. So that's the end of fairly frustrating for the riders, I think, day 3. But in reality, because of the rain yesterday, practice session 2, or qualifying practice session 2, the evening started with the Classic Superbikes and the senior bikes heading out. I think it lasted about 12 minutes before there was a red flag, so some frustration in that first session. The interesting thing for me, when the bikes were forming up to head out tonight in that Classic Superbike class, was Michael Dunlop's already ditched the SRAD 750 that grenaded itself the other day, replaced it with the XR69. It's not like they brought it here. I caught up with Steve Wheatman, who runs the Suzuki Classic team. It's not like they brought it here just in case. They always bought it with a view to giving it a run out. It has to do a couple of laps to qualify, so that was what they did this evening. I also had a little bit more of a chat with him about that SRAD 750, and it's basically in its development year. It's an old bike to you and I, but in reality, the race program that they run is super tight, and they know exactly what they're doing. This first year for that SRAD is all about gathering data and just understanding what's going to make it work as well as it can. So there was some interesting stuff in the senior class as well. It was nice seeing Frankie Stennett, who we spent some time with yesterday talking about Grieber and that newcomer journey. The smile on Frankie's face on my way around here to film this, I've just passed him 2 minutes ago, was absolutely ginormous. We caught up quickly. He managed to get a tow that was at just the right pace for him, not too fast that he couldn't keep up, and not so slow that the guy was getting in his way. So he's absolutely peaking around the back. More to come from him this week, I reckon. So before we move on to the second qualifying practice session this evening, we'll just cover off some top speeds. Big Brian McCormack was down a little bit on the 172 that he did the other day. He managed a 170. He was fastest in the class this evening, with Davo Johnson nipping at his heels with a 168. I think, I'm not going to set my stall out too early, but I think that Classic Superbike race at the minute is shaping up to be a McCormack-Johnson ding-dong. Let's wait and see what happens. In the senior class, it was Andrew Fisher with 162.2 miles an hour through the Selby speed trap. He went the fastest. If that first session wasn't frustrating enough, the second one, it kind of doubled down and it got a little bit worse, I think. Classic senior guys got out at 20 to 8, and the session was checkered flags at bang on 8 o'clock. I think the weather was just starting to close in a little bit, so those boys only got 1 lap. So there isn't too much data to take from that. Apart from Ian Locker was absolutely flying. Looking forward to seeing what he does on the 250 this week. It's nice to see Mike Brown making some progress as well. He managed a 1:13 on the 250 this evening, up from the 1:08 that he had the other night. So that pretty much feels like I've had a really long day at the office today, but then it's been condensed into these two quite frenetic sessions that were over before they even began, basically. So a big day here tomorrow. The roads are closed twice. The first time is from 12:30 until 4:30, and the second time is from 6 o'clock until 9 o'clock. That first session is a contingency session, the one that we missed out on yesterday because of the rain. You can keep up to date with everything that's going on here with the Manx Grand Prix social media channels across Twitter, YouTube, Facebook and Instagram. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, hopefully for some more action.